Picture this. Two fathers, two lessons, two paths to wealth. One believes in formal education, a steady job, and saving every penny. The other. He thinks outside the box, sees money differently, and values financial education above all. Who's right? Who's richer? Hold onto your hats as we delve into the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which redefined our understanding of money and wealth. Buckle up, it's a thrilling ride into the world of finance like never before. Dual perspectives. A tale of two dads. In the intriguing landscape of personal finance, few tales have been as captivating and transformational as Robert Kiyosaki's childhood, immortalized in his best-selling book. Picture a young Robert, absorbing lessons from two influential figures in his life, each offering a contrasting philosophy of money and success. These weren't just any random men, they were his dads, one by blood and the other by bond. Poor Dad, Robert's biological father, was a man of principle, tradition, and hard work. Holding a high regard for formal education, he was a staunch believer in its power to change lives. Following the roadmap society provided, Poor Dad championed the notions of studying religiously, attaining good grades, securing a stable job, and gracefully climbing the corporate ladder rung by rung. His perspective was shaped by the era and environment he grew up in. Safety, security, and stability were his trinity, and he genuinely believed that this linear path was the gateway to success. Enter Rich Dad. In stark contrast to the conventional Poor Dad, he was Robert's friend's father. With a twinkle in his eye and a mind bursting with out-of-the-box strategies, he was the polar opposite of the traditional dad. He didn't put much stock in the mainstream education system. For him, real education was understanding the dynamics of money, assets, and liabilities. While Poor Dad preached the gospel of job security, Rich Dad was an apostle of financial freedom. He was a firm believer that one shouldn't be working for money, rather, the goal was to have money working for you. Robert found himself at the crossroads of these two contrasting worldviews, creating a unique tapestry of thoughts in his young mind. It was like listening to two different genres of music, each with its rhythm and beats. Beauty was not portrayed as the antagonist. It was not a battle between right and wrong, but a juxtaposition of mindsets shaped by individual experiences and beliefs. Poor Dad's philosophy was rooted in the known, the safe, and the predictable. It was a comforting lullaby that many in society hummed along to without much thought. Rich Dad, on the other hand, was the thrilling beat of a drum, calling out to those who dared to dance to a different rhythm, urging them to challenge norms and redefine success. This duality of thought, this dance of perspectives, laid the foundation for the many financial revelations and lessons that Robert would share with the world. As readers, we're not just bystanders, we're voyeurs peeping into the conflicting philosophies that shaped one of the most influential financial thinkers of our time. If you are enjoying the video and interested in reading the book yourself, check out the link in the description. Unearthing Financial Gems. The Rich Dad's Wisdom. In the heart of Robert Kiyosaki's memoir lies a treasury, not of gold and silver, but of wisdom and insights. It's as if Rich Dad had an uncanny ability to decode the intricate matrix of financial success and lay it bare in its simplest form for young Robert. But these weren't just rote lessons, they were life's masterclasses wrapped in everyday conversations and experiences. Imagine a game of Monopoly, where the colorful paper money and miniature houses became tools of instruction. Here, Rich Dad unveiled the first gem: the poor and the middle class work for money, but the rich have money work for them. A subtle yet profound shift in perspective. While many chase after monthly paychecks, the truly wealthy design systems, invest in assets, and create avenues for passive income, ensuring their money isn't dormant, but is out there, multiplying. Then there was the lesson of understanding assets and liabilities. To most, a house they own and live in is an asset. But Rich Dad's lens saw it differently. If it's taking money out of your pocket, it's a liability. The real assets. Things that put money into your pocket, whether it's a business, stock dividends, or rental income. This revelation was akin to seeing the world not as flat, but round. An absolute paradigm shift. As Robert delved deeper into Rich Dad's financial universe, he confronted the idea of the rat race. It's a cycle where you're perpetually running, chasing after promotions, raises, and bonuses, but somehow always find yourself trapped, living paycheck to paycheck. Rich Dad's wisdom was clear: escape the rat race, not by running faster, but by changing the game altogether. By acquiring and building assets, One could generate income that surpasses expenses, granting the ultimate prize, financial freedom. But it wasn't all strategy and no heart. Rich Dad also spoke of the fear and greed that hold people back, driving them to make ill-informed decisions or no decisions at all. Overcoming these emotions, having financial intelligence, and taking calculated risks were vital. Picture a young Robert, absorbing these lessons, his mind alight with revelations. It felt like being handed the keys to a secret world, where the rules of money were different. Rich Dad wasn't just teaching him how to earn money, he was grooming him to think, act, and thrive like the rich. Through these tales, we too are invited into this clandestine world, beckoned to challenge our beliefs, and to see money not just as a means to an end, but as a tool, a player, a partner in the grand dance of life. Beyond the paycheck. The road to financial independence. In the book, as we venture deeper into Robert Kiyosaki's mind, we're ushered into an almost secretive world, one where the security of a regular paycheck isn't the pinnacle of success. Imagine for a moment that life's comforts, the house you live in, and the car you drive, aren't merely fruits of your labor, but in truth, they're chains, subtle shackles that bind you to an endless cycle of earning and spending. Robert's exploration with Rich Dad unveils a profound revelation. While most of the world chases job security, the real allure lies in financial freedom. And this isn't a privilege reserved for the elite. No, it's a realm accessible to those brave enough to unlearn the financial dogmas that society has long upheld. The traditional path, the one society applauds, is paved with the predictability of paychecks, but the road to true financial independence requires a daring detour. Here, the rules of the game change. Instead of working for money, the goal becomes making money work for you. Passive income, investments, and assets aren't just buzzwords, they're the lifeblood of financial freedom. But Rich Dad's teachings aren't about mere wealth accumulation. They are, at their core, about empowerment, about taking the reins of one's financial destiny and steering clear of the mirages that often cloud our judgment. It's about recognizing that your biggest asset isn't your bank balance but your mindset. On this invigorating journey, there's an understanding that setbacks aren't failures but detours, leading to richer experiences. And as the horizon of financial freedom comes into view, there's a realization that money, in itself, isn't the end game. Instead, it's the key that unlocks a life of choices, opportunities, and, above all, the audacity to dream beyond the ordinary. So, where do you stand in this tale of two fathers? Are you confined by traditional beliefs, or are you ready to step into the vast, exciting world of financial literacy and independence? Remember, it's not just about the money, it's about freedom, choice, and legacy. Rich Dad, Poor Dad isn't just a book, it's an awakening. Now, the choice is yours. Which path will you take?